Okay, it's going live. Hey guys. Hi. We're running a little late. Life can be hectic out here. I can tell you that for sure. So, you guys, as you can see, I have Mrya in the studio. So, thank you if you're joining us from Facebook. If you're joining us from YouTube, thank you guys for waiting for us. Motherhood, everything. Mrya, why is your phone ringing? It's fine. Anyway, guys, thank you again for joining us today. This is going to be one of the other exciting moments for me because I'm hosting my friend, one of like the people that I've seen their journeys begin in this business thing. So I'm definitely very excited. Mrya, please say something. You are so welcome. If you could introduce yourself to those who might not know you. I don't want to introduce you. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Mrya Kasirye. I'm the CEO of Afros and Mo, and I'm so happy to be here. Brenda, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Good.
Yeah.
Mrya, where are you best right now?
Right
Are you
now,
from New York?
girl. Anyways, I'm in Wisconsin, one
Mhm.
of the coldest states in America for sure. So
Cool,
yeah, but
cool.
I've
Yeah,
lived here
yeah.
for 10 years. So
That's a long time. That is a long time in the cold
in the
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah. So guys, so Mrya is originally from Uganda. She's born and raised Ugandan, and she moved to the US 10 years ago, like she just told you. And I bring you these stories on my YouTube channel to motivate, inspire, empower. Mostly that's why I know some guys were like, Brenda, you always host women. I'm like, yes, because women empowerment is huge for me. Just like if for the longest time in society, in just in all over the world, not just in Africa, women have always been in the shadows. But like for any progresses, so this excites me as a woman of color, to see other women of color, for example, coming up and starting businesses, prospering, and Africans in general. So this is exciting, and I wanted us to hear from Mrya how she started her business. For some of you who might not know what business Afro and Mo is, I think the best. I don't. I might be biased, but I
Thank
think
you.
it's the best natural hair salon we have in Uganda. If you're out there, you disagree, please leave me a comment, but make sure you're polite because otherwise I will not respond. But hands down, from all my friends, all my family, even just people that I see on social media, usually said this is the best salon, natural salon in Uganda. Um, so kudos to you. I've seen your salon work on the Queen of Buganda. The queen. I was like, hey,
Yeah,
girlfriend, I know
that
the
part.
owner of the salon. Yes.
Yeah,
So
we all.
I'm not just blowing anything out of proportion, but what they've done can just talk by itself. So we're just gonna dive in here. Say, hey guys, thank you so much for joining. I see so many people. Oops, oh my gosh. Hello, Mrya. People are saying hello.
I can't see
Um,
anybody, so I can't see the comments,
yeah, you
but
can't see the comments. If I tap on them, they just show up on the screen here.
yeah.
Manisha's watching from Uganda.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
yes. I hope you guys like all these people know you're still on. Hey, Maria Frozen. Oh, oops, thanks. So guys, Mrya, I wanted us to go in. Let's dive in for people who are
Yeah.
watching on Facebook. By the way, I just want to give like a quick shout out. Thank you guys for always watching these videos. Even though I don't see your comments because you don't come through on YouTube, please go to my YouTube channel and watch us and follow us from there. Comment there so your comments can pop up on here so we're able to answer them live when we are still live on this video. Because pretty soon I might not be streaming live on my Facebook because the StreamYard that I use is getting more expensive. I have to pay about $25 every month for it so that I can be able to stream on social media platforms. So until then, you guys need to just go on my YouTube, follow from there so you don't miss stories like for Mrya today. So Mrya, what inspired you, first of all? Are you single?
Girl, I'm so married. I'm so married. It's been 15
Yes.
been married for 15 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mrya, tell us more. Tell us more. I want people to like actually get to know you. Sometimes
Yeah.
they see us out here in diaspora. They don't know what you're juggling. You know,
No.
they think you just that's they think you're a stay-home person. They don't even think you're a stay-home mom. How are you? So what's like a little background about you?
So I would say I came to America 13 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
13 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. I
Mm-hmm.
lived where I am right now for 10 years, as I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we moved from Uganda because my husband, had aspirations to live in the US and
Mm-hmm.
to work in the US. He's a medical doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so as a wife, you follow, not that you just follow, but kind of, we find
Support.
ourselves in positions where we just have to follow the husbands, where they go, we go,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely followed him to America, and he
Mm-hmm.
was here. So me coming here and living in Uganda, I had a job back home in Uganda. I was employed and working and enjoying the life. And then here I am in America where like you have to start from ground zero, right?
Yes. Yes.
Definitely we're starting our young family, we're
Mm-hmm.
starting our. So we made a decision that, I can stay home, take care of home business, take care of the children as he goes to work. I thought that really worked well, but personally, I struggled.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled with the idea of staying home. That's not something we know to do back home. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even home, like, people would call me, what are you doing? You can't tell people you're home. Like, home, you're an American, you're home,
Yeah.
America
Yeah.
supposed to be doing something, chasing the dollar and stuff like that. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a challenge for me, especially that I had my
Mm-hmm.
degree from back home. I'm like, what was all my schooling for?
Mm-hmm.
So I struggled so much because, people would call, what are you doing? Why don't you go to school? Why don't you just go do some few hours, here and there? So I struggled a lot with that, even though I knew, what we had decided on as a family is what works
Mm-hmm.
for our setting family. It worked perfectly well. But, the noises from other people like make you doubt, your decisions. So yeah, as dealing with all that, as
Mm-hmm.
thinking, I go to school, but school for what? Like, what do I want to do? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm so blessed to have a husband who's very supportive and who'd help me through all those challenges I had.
Mm-hmm.
And he would ask me questions like to help me make those decisions. Like, okay, I can support you go back to school. I can support you go do your masters, but what do you want to do
Mm-hmm.
after you're gonna do the masters? What are you going to do? Is that what even you want to do?
Yeah.
But to really think it through, as like, you know what? I don't really want to. I'm just, I think, doing it because people are telling me,
Right. Pressure from society, from friends, from mm-hmm.
a bit of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, remember, we could go that route, but then after we'll have student loans,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not doing anything with my degree. Even
Mm-hmm.
after degree, I didn't do exactly what I studied. I did a
Mm-hmm.
Bachelor of Economics, but I was working with something else, not
Right.
really that. So I'm like, okay, I'll do the masters and still I'll not be able to do the thing because I'm not really interested in stuff like that,
Right. Right.
He's
Right.
not really interested in. He's like, I see you. One thing I see you do is watch hair every day. Like, I'll be on YouTube watching hair videos all the time. And then he's like, why don't you find a way to do something in that area?
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't sure how. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure how I'm going to be able to do that.
Right.
But anyway, I started, I think, a natural hair page on Facebook, which was called the Fab Lane. And yeah, Fab Lane Natural Hair, I started it, but right now I think I'm out of it. So that's how really, the dream of like Afros and Mo kind of started. And started Fab Lane, I didn't have the idea of Afros and Mo for sure. I didn't have that idea. Just said, okay, I know there are women struggling with their natural hair. We can share as a community, and that page really like grew. It grew in numbers.
Yes, it did. It did.
Yeah, and then we just started to notice, like back home in Uganda, more women were starting to go natural. Okay, more women go natural. By that time, I have a twin sister, guys. My twin sister is my partner in the business back home in Uganda. So, so Maggie,
she's right here. She's right there.
I miss you. So,
no crying. I know you twins.
Brenda.
Don't start.
Okay. Now I know she's there, so I'm all teary. Anyway, so when she was in Uganda, she hadn't really gone natural. I inspired her to go natural. So when I inspired her to go natural, she started doing all the stuff I was doing. And actually people would practically like stop her on the streets, and ask her, how did you do your hair? What did you do? And for sure, it was her who came up with the idea of, hey, so many people stop me. So many people tell me there's no help for natural hair. She was working in the bank at the time. And,
yes, I remember.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bit hectic for her. And I think she was ready to move on. So it's like, why don't we just open a natural hair salon? I'm like, well, that's a great idea, but then you have to quit the bank job because there's no going to have somebody in your business, running your business when you're absent. It doesn't work, So she had to take that leap. She left the bank and we started, that's how Afros and Mo started. For sure, our dream was very small. Like, we just started. We just said, let's just start, whoever comes, and here we are.
Here you are. It's a beautiful story. And I love hearing such stories. Some of them, the people that I bring on my channel as of now are mostly people that I have walked some journey with. So when you see me like smile, because it's like, okay, I remember that story so well. So I'm like smiling and joyful. And I've seen people like Mrya, I've seen people like Diane Basimera, I've seen people like Allison, all these were like my sisters. So I remember this journey so well. But Mrya, you were always so passionate. Like the time I met you, you had like this nice natural hair. You always did like tiny videos, I remember, on YouTube, like, oh, you're doing like your hair like this. I'm like, how does she do that? And then one time we met with other friends of ours, and Mrya's like, I think I'm going to be serious about this. So would you say, for anybody who's out there, who's watching us, when you're thinking of a business, do you think you started your business out of passion? Did you start your business out of, were you passionate about natural hair and you're like, okay, I need to do this because of A, B, C, and D, or you started a business because you're like, okay, I know this is something that is going to grow money-wise. Like, this is a virgin market. I'm seeing so many people do not have natural hair thing. I'm doing it because I know it's a virgin market and I'm going to kill it on that market. Was it a combination of the two things? What would you say?
So I would say first and foremost, it was a passion, a passion. People who have known us, me and my twin sister, way back in school, just do what we do. They say, you girls, like, this is the one thing you're supposed to be doing. Because remember our stories back, back in the day.
High school, yeah.
Were about, hair, beauty stuff. So they were like, this is the place you need to be. So we basically started out of passion, but then also there was a need,
Okay.
I mentioned my sister identified the need. So we're like, you know what, if there's no help, we can get into this space. And I'll tell you, when we're planning to get into that space, we had people who are very concerned, you know. Some are relatives already doing like saloon businesses. And they were very concerned because maybe
You're
where they
gonna
were,
drive some,
what
yeah.
they like doing so well for them. And then out of like concern, they would kind of advise you like, hey, don't leave your job. That's my sister. They were telling her, don't leave your job. Selling business is hectic, you
Right.
know, and post natural hair by then wasn't something anyone would even think of venturing in. Because some people, women are not going to go natural. Like African women love like straight hair. You know, they have this whole mindset about natural hair. It's for the poor, it's local, you know,
Yeah.
all that stuff, you know. So it was something that people really doubted, you know, people doubted the possibility of, you know, really just having a natural hair salon.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I think when you're passionate about something, you don't even think about the doubts because
Yes.
you know what they don't know. Possibly you know what. So I think for us, we just pushed forward and said, well, we'll start, and we started very small. I don't know if whoever saw Afros and Mo, it was basically like a little room, you know, pretty tiny. Because
Yeah.
by then, you know, the finances were really low. I'll tell you, I was home. My sister was leaving the bank. So you can imagine the struggle of starting a business. And then going into the market, like looking at all these other things we needed to start with, they were very expensive, you know. What are we gonna do? You know, we kind of made things work. And we started with about 2 dryers, you know.
The
We had
hair dryers, yeah.
2 hair dryers. I'll tell you, our water system, if I remember, the water system was this style where you actually wash people's hair and then you have a jerrycan under where you're tapping the water. Yes, that's how we practically started the business. And we could kind of take that water out, you know.
Yeah, using a cup or a jug or something like to dump into your hair, wash it.
That jerrycan, you know, of filled dirty water to take it outside, pour it out, and then bring it back, you know. So that's how we started. We just started because we were passionate. We didn't start because we were ready to start. We started because we were passionate and there was a gap and for people who needed help, you know. And we
Yes.
didn't how many people come, you know, we just knew at least we'll have 1 or 2 people coming in,
Right.
and that was good enough. So yeah, it was really, you know, out of passion, out of need, and then just starting with basically nothing, but knowing you work with what you have, you know, worked with
Yes.
what you had, and we started, and yeah, the
Yeah,
rest is
the rest is history indeed. Okay, real quick, let me say, let's read as Maria grabs, catches some breath.
okay.
We have here Vivian Scott says, I have been to Afro Mo. I had my best hair wash day and treatment from the salon lady who worked on me. My hair was so badly damaged, but I took her advice and is still doing good. And she still has natural hair. I know this, Vivian.
That's
That
very
is
awesome.
amazing. Those are like some of the feedbacks that started to be here. Hi, Maggie, our twin the show while Maria is here dying in snow. Hi, my dear. Thanks for the support. And of course, we so that's usually my goal. Yes, submission. Yes, submission. You know, you were talking about how you had to follow your husband dream, and most of us have done so. That's how most of the people have been able to travel, have actually traveled outside of their own countries to other countries, especially if the people, if you see your person chasing a better dream, so you kind of have to be supportive. To say hi, Simon. Thanks, guys. We have Maggie here. We have Patricia. That's where I do my hair. I'm so glad, Patricia. Asimwe, that's my village girl. Banange Maggie.
This is Mrya.
Yes, Maggie's here. Maggie's here. This is Mrya. You guys, you confuse them. Like, if we brought Maggie in here, I wish she had like good internet so I can bring her in. You would totally be confused. I promise you. Like, if Mrya came in our studio, Maggie came into the studio right now, you'd be like, who's Mrya? Who's Maggie? But
I know, yeah.
but yeah. Despite our beginnings, once you start, everything else starts. That's correct. That's correct. So Mrya, so you just started. Would you say roughly? So you had two dryers. For those who've been to hair salons, this is like a thing that you sit in and it dries your hair out. Even for natural hair, once you wash it, you kind of have to use that one as well. So Afros and Mo, what would you think was your beginning capital? I'm like asking you for like other people, like on social media, you read about you see these posts of, hey guys, mostly women. Hey guys, I have about 2 million shillings. What can I do for it to bring out a profit? I have 10 million. What would you advise me to start? And people will be advising according to maybe what they've done in the past that has worked or what has failed. So I would say, please keep your money, keep saving until you get like a specific amount of money to be able to start, So you find all kinds of responses on such posts. What would you say, Mrya, if I asked you now, like, okay, I want to start a salon, Mrya, how much do you think I should start with according to your own experience?
So when we're beginning, like we didn't have money financially, like we were broke, I'll tell you. My husband was working, but we were starting out for sure. And sometimes husbands also can be a little not so sure about some dreams. So at first he wasn't very sure, about it. So I needed to prove to him that it can work. So that means I had to find a way. And then my sister also had to kind of bring what she had, just a little bit. Then I'll take you back. Like when I first came in, I always want to find myself busy or do things. So we actually had a boutique, a boutique.
Yes, I remember you sending clothes.
Yeah, I would send clothes, I'd go shop, send clothes. So we had a boutique back home, and definitely Maggie was running it. And I think it's her mom used to sit in that boutique.
Yes.
Realized the business was getting slow. So we decided, when Maggie came up with the idea of starting the salon, we're like, okay, let's get the money we have made in the boutique, which wasn't really a lot of money. And let's close the boutique and kind of use that money to start. So I remember, I think, Maggie, you can help me here because you're here.
Yeah, she's here.
Better than I do. But I would say probably I don't know if we had maybe 5 million.
Like 5 Ugandan shillings million, yeah.
Ugandan shillings, really. From that business, what we had left. And then we're like, okay, how can we utilize this money to start something? Remember, you have to do a few things, like first of all, the space. So we found a very tiny space, What I want to tell people here is, do not be afraid to begin with what you have. You can never wait for money to accumulate. It never happens.
To reach. Does it weather?
So the beauty is to start. That's actually the most challenging place, is to begin. Because once you set your foot in, then the rest just comes. You just work with what comes along the way. We didn't have a plan. I'd say right now I don't even believe in business plans, because business, it doesn't work on a plan.
Yeah, right.
So I'll tell anyone here who wants to start something, with whatever you have, find a way of starting with what you have. So for us, our way was, find a very small space that was really cheap. I remember that was in Equatorial, down in the basement, the basement of Equatorial. It was a very space. By then, I think the rent was about 400,000 Ugandan shillings, which is in dollar, I think. How much is that?
How much did you say? Sorry.
In dollars, how much would that be?
How much was the shillings?
Maybe 150,
How
something
much
like.
was how much was the shillings?
I don't even remember, but anyway, it was little money.
Yeah.
The rent was affordable,
Mm-hmm.
and then we started looking for the chairs. We actually didn't even get real nice chairs. I remember I went to Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where they make chairs. If you've gone along that road, the one
Mm-hmm.
salon chairs, they were really like bamboo, kind of bamboo. I think we wanted to bring in some kind of African, artistic. Just try to be a bit creative.
Authentic-ish, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So people here is we're trying to be creative with the little we had. We could
Mm-hmm.
not afford, the nicer chairs. So we got those bamboo chairs, I remember. And then we put them somewhere like a longer one. And I think we got two chairs for the people to sit on who are styling, because we had two places that we could style from. And then my sister was the first stylist, and then we had another stylist. Okay.
Yes, I remember. And your mom was like the cashier or something.
No, my mom wasn't even there by then.
She wasn't even there by then.
Because you have very few people, you're very few, so it's easy to just grab the money and start working on people.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we had very little capital, but we used what we had to start.
Okay.
And the beauty was, okay, I also give you another scenario, because I don't want to also paint a picture that may not be really attainable. So remember, when that business started, we decided that in that period, as a family here, we could somehow support Maggie in a way, okay? And then me too, didn't need to pull money out of the business. So I think starting any business, you need to know what is another support system, like financially, what am I going to be feeding on as I grow this business? Because you don't want to feed from a new business. You can, but you cannot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, become a parasite. So I think that really
Yes.
helped, that we're not pulling money out of that small business. We were
for personal payments, let's say, for your personal sustainability on
you can get a bit of a payment, but you cannot load too much on a young business, because it can't grow. It can't grow like that. So I think for us, that really helped us. So I need to mention that the business that started where I as a co-CEO or co-founder could not get money from there, which really helped. And maybe Maggie could get a small salary from there, and was making a bit of good money in the bank. But now here she's come, and the business can only give her about 200,000 Ugandan shillings or 300,000 Ugandan shillings, and then somehow that's not enough for her lifestyle. Like, not that she had a major lifestyle,
right.
but it was hard to live on that. So we kind of supplemented a bit on her income. So we do not really put a heavy financial burden on the new business. So I must mention that really helped to grow the capital, to grow our capital. So I don't know if I've answered the question, but just what you have.
Yes, you start with what you have, and also not looking at a young business. These are like the things I'm taking out. You start a business and you expect it to start, solving all your problems immediately. That young business might not survive. So like Mrya is saying, they had to take sacrifices, whereby, yes, Maggie had just quit her job in the bank, and she knew she would not be making the same, let's say, salary from the salon, maybe in 6 months or even a year. But like I said, they had to find a way of having a supplement income, especially for Maggie back home, so that she's not, picking on the business funds. So real quick here, let me see. People are busy in the chats here. Thank you guys. Anyway, if you're watching out there, please like this video, share with your friends. Let's support Afro and Mo. The more people know it there, the more we also help these amazing twins to achieve their dreams. They're doing well, but it's business. And, you can never say, I've reached, I've arrived. Like we always say, it's business. So you have to keep advertising it, marketing it, and supporting these guys as well. Especially when we know they're doing an amazing, amazing work. And you guys love it. I can see it in the comments. So let's see here. Simon says, passion supersedes most of all. Let's see. Maggie, hi, marriage. Hi, Asperia. How you doing? Despite not humble beginnings. See, I don't know where my mouse went, so now I'm scrolling through. Hi, Emma. Emma, this is a big, big, big. Emma, please, I know you have a huge following. You're like the beast of YouTube in Uganda. So please, one of these days, visit Afro and Mo and say hello to Maggie for us. In the meantime, you will have said hello to here. These are twins. You could even do a courtesy coverage on the salon. And I know you have, I don't know, he has 100,000 followers on YouTube.
That's where
yes. This is a fellow Molongo. These are Balongos. You guys know your things.
Yeah.
So please go support fellow Balongos for me. That would mean so much to me. That would mean so much to them as well. You have a huge women following on your channel. I know they will definitely, if you could share this video with them, that would be amazing as well. So thank you for joining us today. Maggie, hey, Maggie twin. It says, I was at Afro MO, loved it, still having the same hairstyle. That's awesome, Kunda. Kunda is based in Germany, but she was in Uganda recently, and she did her hair from Afro MO. So all these are awesome reviews, guys. I love it. I love it. I don't know who's same hairstyle. Maggie, you have the same hairstyle as your twin sister right now. I don't know. You guys can exchange pictures. Glorious Events. Glorious Events does like wedding events, all kinds of events. Please, Gloria, if you can take your brides to Afro MO. So all those, actually, she said her sister does her hair from your salon, and she's never stops talking about the salon. So all your brides, please take them to Afro MO. They will work on their amazing natural hairs. They will love it. They will love it. So thank you so much for joining us as well. Hi, Brenda Tomahiri. How are you doing? A visit. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. We borrowed, okay, Maggie's asked, we borrowed 600,000 from our big sister. There you go. There you go. By then, we had about 4 million. So you guys, you can see. So I can say having a good support system as well. Like people, maybe they might not be blood sisters, but it might be, really good friends. You have a dream and they support your dream. So they can borrow you some money, which you can always pay back. But don't wait not to start because you don't have enough money yet. Amazing, Mrya here. Small money with wiser mind. I agree. She was very passionate about her thing. Says she was the cashier. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Remember when still a little young, her and her twin were hosted on NTV. Ever since I fell in love with natural hair. Oh, Annie, that's good. You were young. You were young then. Oh my goodness, I feel old. I'll be glad to meet my twin brother, Waso. Yes. Waso, I think you got it. Now, Mrya, so thank you guys so much again. Please share this video if you believe that other people who benefit from it. It could be business. It could be if they're struggling with their natural hairs, they know where to go. You have the owners, the co-founders, the CEOs of this exact Afro and Mo business. You guys will have the best treatment. If they don't give it to you, know who to report to. Send Brenda a message. I'll be at Mrya's door. I was like, Mrya, what's happening?
Right.
Yeah, but I know you will not be disappointed. If you would be, I would have already read all kinds of things on the website. The social media always reports everybody. So Maria, what has helped you guys, you and Maggie? What would you say has helped your business grow? You started from 2 chairs, 2 dryers, sinks whereby you could just have to pour water out. What has helped your business grow?
Okay, so like I mentioned, that's a
Mhm.
very, very wonderful question, Brenda.
Mhm.
Very important to really have the, what should I say, the wisdom of how actually a business can grow. And
Mhm.
I'm glad to share this today. So the way that business grew, first and foremost, is you not to become a parasite of that business.
Mhm.
Once that eating from that business, then it can't grow. It can't grow. It's like it becomes there's kind of malnutrition right there. You're not feeding it.
Mhm.
You need to separate yourself from your business. Like, see your business as another, like a baby, as we say our businesses are our babies.
Mhm.
See your business as your baby, not you. you
Mhm.
know feed into it first, because there's going to be a lot of sacrifice. Okay, we had
Mhm.
to do a sacrifice. I had to make sure I work for free, because I
Mhm.
would send stuff from here, the hair that they use in the salon, most of it, I would find it here and send.
Mhm.
It was hectic. It wasn't very easy, and I would do this without being paid. So be willing to give that sacrifice, not to really be paid, from that little baby. Of course, I know this is not possible for everyone. We
Mhm.
always need to, our businesses need to support us,
Mhm.
but try to find a way. I don't know how, but try to find a way that you're not getting too much out of this business, because that's the first way it's not gonna grow. Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
so said we sacrificed a lot.
Mhm.
When I wasn't paid, and Maggie took just a little bit from the business, and we kind
Mhm.
of documented it, so you can see how you're not getting anything out of that business. You have to pay your workers, you have to pay bills, you know, you have to pay taxes and all that stuff. So I would say is make sure you kind of just put back into the business. So the moment when we grew, actually we had an opportunity opened up in that same area, in that same
Mhm.
building where we were. There was a lady actually who was closing her beauty salon. You know, it wasn't making money for her. She was just tired and done with it.
Mhm.
So she was putting it on market, and she was selling everything in that salon. So
Mhm.
we were told that, hey, there's this opportunity. Because I'll tell you, by the time I was looking at a new space, the small little saloon was filling up. Okay, it was actually
Mhm.
embarrassing to see people outside waiting, and so many people. So Maggie's like, hey, I'm so embarrassed when people come, they don't have anywhere to sit, they're out there waiting. We have little benches outside where people sit, they're waiting. So it's kind of now getting embarrassing, to
Right.
just, it's such a small space. So we started looking for space, and then the opportunity presented
Came
itself.
up. Mhm.
And I tell you, really, opportunities favor a prepared person, because we're kind of saving our money. We're not
Mhm.
out of the business. We're able to buy this woman's business, because she was selling a salon with everything, chairs. Like, by
Yeah.
then, it was
Mhm.
like something really, really awesome. Like a real salon now. Now we're trying to get a real salon.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think she was also just almost giving it away. When people are just tired, they're just like, I want to be done with this. So she
Right.
was really done with that. So we purchased, we used the money from the business to purchase another business. So also, like, our other thing is that we've grown our businesses from the prior business. When you see us going to another location, is that what the exiting location has built.
A bigger location. Yes.
So here, what I'm trying to show everyone is, let the business build another business. That helped us not to go into getting loans from the
Yes.
bank.
Mhm.
It put a loan on that business. That business grew itself from the little place in the basement to the upgrade. I
Yeah.
think can flow. Yeah,
Yeah.
upgrade small business was able to birth the next business. Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't need loans. We didn't need loans. So, so yeah, so that's how you grow, by not feeding onto your business or really putting so much financial burden into it, so you can grow money. That's how money grows. You know, you need to the money so it can get you to the next level. So I pretty much growing, but it takes a lot of sacrifice. You know, when
Yeah.
people they say you build these things, Praka, you're not even like earning.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'll tell you, it took us about 3 years
To
after
start actually getting
until we
profits that you can see that you can.
themselves, you know, paying themselves. But I'll tell you, so our circumstances helped. You know, as home, I had a husband who was supporting the, so I didn't need the finances from the business. So that really also helped. I want to also show people that part of things
Right. Right.
that really helped. You know, so and Maggie also, you know, went increasing her salary from the business. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the other things that I actually noted on your business, Mrya, you know, like sometimes you're on the sidelines and you're watching. Sometimes the person who is actually on the front line doing the work might not realize this is what's helping my business. You have the best customer care. So, and I've been to that salon once when I went home. I had my sister's wedding and I went to the salon. My younger sister goes to the same salon. I was like, she's like, Brenda, ever since your friend started the salon, I go there. So I was like, well, can you take me where it is? She's like, yes, I'm taking you to Afro MO, you know, like your friend's salon. But like when you've traveled, when you've lived in other developed countries, like these are service providers here. When I walk in, how somebody welcomes me, how somebody looks at me, how somebody says hello to me, like where am I sitting matters a lot to me going back to that place. It could be a restaurant, it could be a tourism destination, a hotel, whatever, name it, as long as you're service provider. So one of the things I saw you do from right away was working on your customer care. Maggie is amazing. I could read people's reviews about Maggie, and I in my head I was like, yeah, if she's like Mrya, yes, Mrya would be like, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Like not just because she's known you, but just because you just walked into her business or into her house or into her space. So that one of the things I see lacking in most businesses and how they fail is because of the customer service care. It is down. And that's one of the things you worked on immediately. I don't know if it's because you had lived abroad. Those are the things that cared too much for you. You're like, I've come here to spend my money. You better treat me right. Otherwise, I'm not bringing my money back.
Yeah. I want to speak on that. So I'll tell you, I'm so happy and glad that Maggie started in the bank. Actually, specific, Maggie was in Stanbic Bank. And when you're in the bank trains you, okay? The bank trains you, and she was actually, of course, first she was a teller, and later she went into customer care, okay? So the bank trains you. So what Maggie did was to carry whatever training she had from the bank. Actually, when we started the salon, you didn't want our salon to feel like any normal salon. We wanted to make it feel like a corporate space, because we knew most of our customers are corporate people, and they work in corporate spaces where things are done a particular way. So because of Maggie's prior training in the bank and also working in the customer care department, she knew exactly how to get our workers trained, or our stylists trained into, becoming professional, which is really such a struggle back home, because you get stylists or your workers who have not been trained, they have no clue that this is what professionalism is. So to really get that raw person and put them to a certain level, I really applaud Maggie. Maggie, I know you're here. I really applaud you for that, because that work, the mindset, you know, changing someone's mindset from what they're used to, you know, the whole mood of whatever, you know. Then teaching them that, hey, we need to do things differently, and having them do those things. That is the most challenging part we've had in our business, is turning people who are really raw, who don't have any experience of what professionalism is, and then getting them to a place where they can be professional. So it takes a lot of training. So Maggie does a lot of training for our staff, you know. She's very, very big on training. And I think that has really, really, really helped the business.
I agree.
One of the best things that she does training. You don't just get good customer care by, you have to put in the work. And Maggie has put in the work. When they know her, like, she doesn't play, you know.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
Because, you know, she wants these people come to work for us to grow. Like, if you leave Afros and Mo and you're the same person, then I don't know what you're doing here, you know. Because we want for you to leave a different person. And to be honest with you, there are people, you know, come to poach our employees just because they know we have trained them. So, you know, getting someone from Afros and Mo, just know you have a trained person who knows what it means to have good customer care, to act professional, and all that stuff. So I applaud Maggie, and yeah, it just comes from training. We do a lot of training.
Yeah. How, you know, like I remember also when you know, like how sometimes to how the employees or how the employers handle employees makes a huge difference in these businesses. I remember how you used to make sure these your girls or your boys left the salon on time. You remember those years when you'd be like, hey, I need them to be gone by this time and they're safe at home. So I think that also helped your business, helped those people, like helped your employees.
Too, yeah. Safety priority.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to care for them. You have to care for them. You have to listen to them. And I think Maggie does a lot on that. Like, she will listen. You know, they have their own issues too. And you have to listen. You have to, you know, meet them at their, you know, points of need and try to, you know, make things work for them too. So they also have to feel valued, you know, and cared for. That also really, really helps.
Yeah. All right. I have somebody, Gloria was just saying how she thinks, you know, like when she takes her brides there, they tend to complain that the hair is expensive. So how have you been able to I know natural hair is expensive. That's one for sure. Even not in Africa here, if you to buy like a Brazilian wig, for those of you who know hairs or pieces, you part with about $600, you know, like, so that's like almost how many million, I don't know, Ugandan shillings. So, but how have you been able to stay in a competition with other hair salons, for example, in Uganda, natural hair salons, but keeping your authentism, you know, like your service is authentic, your hair pieces. What's helping you? How have you been able to stay in that competitive business?
Yes, I think what we've done is to just walk our journey, you know. Yeah, we understand more people have come into the space. You know, when we came, we're basically we're the only people, but now we are over 100. I think what has helped us is to just keep focused, okay? And also just work on our struggles, because we have our own struggles, we have our own challenges in the business. And we don't focus so much who is doing what, because that's a distraction, you know, that's a distraction. So for us, I think what has helped us is we focus on our business and work on the challenges that our business is facing. Because sometimes if you look too much at the competition, you don't know what the competition is dealing with. You know, they won't tell you what they're dealing with, or they won't tell you, you know, things also they're like encountering in their business. All right. So every time you're looking at it, you're not working on your business. You know what I mean? So I think for us, being to just stay focused regardless of who is coming up, and of course you expected people to come up in the space, but also to keep being authentic and being true, being trustworthy. There are those things that business needs, that your customers can trust you, can trust what you're giving them. Yeah, of course, you mentioned, the price. I know people have tagged Afros and Mo to be expensive, but I'll tell you, it's not cheap doing business in Uganda, okay? Especially if you have to import stuff into the country. Like, the taxes are crazy, rent crazy. You find that you're paying money in dollars, you're paying your rent in dollars, but you're earning in shillings. You do that math and see how this money like shrinks, because the person who you're renting from expects you to pay in dollars, but you're charging people in shillings. Change that money to dollars, you lose money in that space, And then we're tax paying business, okay? We're tax paying business. URA is really, eyes open and really fixated there. So you find that we deal with, with some expenses that require us to actually charge what we charge. But also, I think we give value for what we charge. We try to say, okay, what's the value we need to give the customer? Okay. Yeah, we need to, we focus on the value. We don't even focus on the money. We focus on the value, because one thing I've come to know in business, people are willing to pay your price as long as you give them the value.
That's right.
We always want to focus on what value are we giving our customer than focus on the price. Because every time you're going to focus on the price, you find yourself either underpricing, and remember, your business is encountering some kind of expenditures, okay? Then you pay taxes, all right? So by the time you're done, you're left with nothing. You don't even have any profit, and possibly you're not making any money, but kind of just going down, down, and down. So don't price the way it makes sense.
Yeah.
Business, okay, for you to be able to handle all these things, and also stay with a little bit, because you're not working for nothing, but give value, like focus on the value, on the experience of the customer. That's really goal and key in any business, because there always be people willing to pay your price, but are you giving them value? So
that's right.
Fixated business than actually a price point business, because we know when we give the value, then the price can speak for itself.
That's correct. That's right. I used to go to Afro MO. My sister still goes there. It's a very good salon. Yes. Mukunda says, that's amazing, because Ugandan employees are quite handy. This is not shade, but then I don't care attitude in Uganda is on another level. I think that's usually what kills most service, service providers, businesses, and such. Yeah, like, especially if you find,
back home, most businesses just don't know any better. That's the truth. They just actually they don't know. Maybe have some, educational ways of teaching businesses how to treat customers, because attitude is a killer. And to teach our employees that be humble, like don't show attitude, because what would that help?
That's correct. Yeah. Maggie says, Gloria, events, I guess we shall have that chat in pricing. Surprisingly, we are cheaper in bridal hair, 400,000, way cheaper than some makeup artists charge for just makeup, and then the fibers we import. Yes, it comes down, to like how much in business you kind of have to see, okay, is it meeting the cost of how much I bought this, and then you factor in other things that come in, and then am I also staying with some profit? It might be 2 cents, but you cannot do in minus 2 cents, then that business will never absolutely develop. Gloria says, Temuntegede Bambi, my clients don't mind paying for good value. My question was that, is Afro and Mo trying to discourage artificial hair by charging natural hair styles cheaper than, charging natural hairstyles cheaper than artificial hair. They're not, I don't think they're trying to discourage anything about hair. Mrya, what do you say?
The question.
She's saying, I guess in her earlier comment, she's saying, my clients don't mind paying for good value. My question was that is Afros trying to discourage artificial hair by charging natural hairstyles cheaper than
Okay, I think what she's trying to say is maybe when you go to style your own natural hair, we are adding nothing. We're not giving you an extension there. We are not adding anything to that style. So natural is just gonna be cheaper than what she's calling artificial, which is the fibers, because our fibers are imported. There's tax on those fibers. So so that's where it gets more expensive. And then the styling, because when you're bride, let's face it, like Maggie has said, we are still cheaper on the market when it comes to styling brides, but people pay 1 million, 2 million, prices are up there, but we are still very, very affordable, even with the fibers that we import, so I think probably that's what she's asking. Yeah, it's just that import tax too. And then there's shipping. I live in Wisconsin, okay?
Yeah.
I have to ship these things to
Maggie, but to get them to Massachusetts.
Yeah, so it adds up, you understand? And then they also have to ship to Uganda, and then you have tax. Sorry, you have to be taxed. Then on top of that, URA is gonna come. They need their income tax at the end of the year. They need their VAT. You should get it. So
it just adds up.
By the time we make that money, actually we're remaining not with a lot of money at the end of the day. But we need to give people value, but it's just what it's like sometimes. But then would not be open by now, because look at COVID.
You guys were closed for almost a year plus.
And our the people we rent from the buildings needed their rent. Just imagine what businesses have to go through. You're not making money, but you're spending money. It's a challenge.
Actually, now that you bring that up, how were you able to do that? Did you come up with other ways of still having to be able, maybe like your existing clients, you've developed this great clientele base where you're able to maybe home services, how did you keep afloat?
Yeah, so we did open up for home services, customers who are really, really in their need of their hair to be done. We provided the home service, and our stylists would go, those who could go. Of course, it wasn't as major, but we wanted to kind of provide some service for those who wouldn't mind people going into their homes, but also making sure our stylists are safe. It was really difficult, kind of boring. But yeah, we did some home service. But also, like I'm saying, when you're opening up a business, because I'm thinking I'm speaking to people who are planning to open up businesses or who aspire to open up businesses, that's very important to really give you a price that will make sense for this business to also have cushions. Your business has to have a cushion, okay? It has to have a cushion, because when times like COVID shutdown comes around, your business needs to be able to survive that kind of stress. You know what I mean? So I think it really helped, like that we're able to kind of sail through. It was difficult, it was challenging, but we kind of sailed through. But also, I guess you have to be mindful on how you price your business, because all those unforeseen challenges are going to come your way, and you need to have a cushion for your business. So, but give value. Like I said, price will never matter as long as you give value.
That's true. Yeah, that's why you see people lining up for LV goodies. Like there's a time I went to the mall and I found the line for the Louis Vuitton store, like that end. I was like, how are 500 people lining up to go inside that store? I can't even spend $2,000 on a bag, but people were there. It's because of the value. They're not even looking at the price. You know, like they go in, they're like, I want that bag.
Yeah. Give
That's
people
it.
experience to come spend their money, you know, when they come in place, what's the experience like? So, you know, we try to ensure that people, when they come, you know, they kind of get a good experience as they're waiting for their hair. So it's, you add all those things to make it worthwhile for them to pay. They're gonna pay you. So
now, Mrya, some other thing that maybe you could share a bit is on, you know, how have you, you know, so you don't live in Uganda, let's say. If you did not have your twin sister there, do you think, or I mean, what would you say for a person who lives abroad and is thinking of opening a business, let's say in Uganda or in Africa somewhere, or in another country where they live? What would you advise them? First of all, things to first consider. Let's say they don't have, some people don't even trust their immediate families. So what would you say to them?
Oh, Brenda, that's a very, very important question. It's a huge question. Like, I'll tell you, the truth is, trust is key. And I can understand when so many people in the diaspora want to start businesses back home, wherever they come from. And it's just hard. You know, I feel blessed. Like, seriously, I feel blessed to have Maggie with me, you know, someone I can completely trust, because trust is key in any, especially if you're starting a partnership with somebody, you know. And I know I've spoken to so many friends who would love to start businesses back home, but relatives, friends have done them bad, and I can't. So I've just been blessed and lucky to have a partner like my twin sister who I can completely trust, and also who has a certain, like, not even a certain level. Maggie has integrity. Like, she's a woman of integrity. She will not try to take money out. You know, for us, maybe being twins, we kind of always just want to be open with each other, you know. If she can go and get that money from the account, definitely. But she first come to me. She'll come and talk about it. Okay? So that's integrity. So starting a business back home, especially if you live abroad, you have to find a person who you can trust, and you have to find a person of integrity. That's a business to grow, because I'm here. If Maggie didn't have integrity, if I couldn't trust her, there wouldn't be an Afros and Mo. So I feel my being here, like, has nothing to do with that business. That business has everything to do with Maggie, who's running the business back home, you know, because how did it grow if she's trying to put the money in other things, you know, picking money from the business? So I definitely advise anyone trying to do a business back home, try to find partners who you can trust. And that's a hard thing to find. That's like a very rare commodity back home. You know, it's very rare. But, you know, pray about it. Okay, pray about it and identify. And I think sometimes it's not even you identifying, because it's also not good to give people a dream. Okay, because it's not their dream. I think it's easier for us because it was also Maggie's dream. Okay, Maggie's dream. So she understood the mission, you know, and the vision of what we are trying to do. So you have to. It's like a marriage, you know. It's business is like a marriage, especially when you're doing a partnership with anyone. It's like a marriage. So you have to have that same, you know, aspiration than you trying to interest somebody into the business. Usually that doesn't work, because this person is just trying to catch up with what you're trying to sell them or the idea you're trying to give them. Okay. So that's why when we are here, we want our relatives to start some businesses for their own good. You can try to give someone an idea. Why don't you start like a chicken business? Why don't you start like a pig rearing business? And you can give them that money. But why is it that those businesses fail? Even when you know they need the money, they need the business, it's because it was your idea. it was never their idea. Okay. So for you to, when you're abroad, to find a partner you can work with is to find that person who has that same vision, the same idea, and someone who has something to fight for. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's really the way I feel best it can work. Than you trying to tell people, to ask people to do things for you. It just usually most people it has failed. It has failed. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
about it and ask God to present that person to you. And then the sky is not even the limit after that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Maria. This is very, very helpful, very inspiring. Maggie here was responding to Gloria. Yes, you guys, please, Gloria, visit Maggie. You guys can chat. And if you have any more questions, you guys can always visit Maggie at the salon. When I know now business is open again, so the offices are open. You guys, if you have any
Box,
other, what is it?
they can inbox us
Yeah,
and
you can inbox them. There's an Afro Mo page as well. But you guys can, Maria is on Facebook as well. You guys can send her. She's Maria Cassidier. You'll find her there, or Maggie as well. So that if you have any recommendations, any ideas.
under here. I'll give you some numbers you can put under. Then
Okay.
access us easily. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, any ideas that you'd think you guys have visited the salon? Any
Yeah.
positive criticism?
We love, yeah, constructive criticism.
Yes.
Grow, that's how we're growing through our customers coming to us and, letting us know the areas we need to work on when they're not
Mm-hmm.
happy. Yeah, we really enjoy to, interact with people and really work on ourselves, because like you said, you never arrive. Like in
Mm-hmm.
So in anything you do, you never arrive. And the moment you think you have arrived, that's the moment you're going to go downhill. So we have not arrived. We are still a work in progress, and we still want to be the best because I believe, yes, we're the best natural hair salon in Uganda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
fact. That's the fact, and we still want to be the best. But we can only be that if our customers give us feedback, if
Mm-hmm.
give us that constructive criticism so we can continue to work on ourselves and continue to shoot for the stars because we want to give you the best, guys. We want to give you the best service. We want to continue being the best for you, but we can only do it if you can give us that feedback that we need, and that we can work on all the things we need to work on.
That's very true. That's very true. You had it just straight from her mouth. She's a business owner. Um, Not a small business. It's now a very big business. So she's a big girl. You know how they say big boys? She's one of the big girls.
No,
Um,
yeah, we thank God.
So we thank God indeed. We appreciate you guys who joined us today. I wanted to keep this on top of the hour. So by just an hour tops, so we can all go into our own things, keep on with our day. Some of you, it's late for you guys who are watching from Uganda, from other parts of Africa. But thank you so much, Maria. If you guys have any more questions, any more ideas, please feel free to inbox, leave us comments. Maria and I will be checking this video, and in the comments, any great feedback, we love those. Any bad feedback, that's also very okay. We'll take it.
No bad feedback, actually.
There is no bad feedback. That's true.
It's that kind of feedback that grows any business.
Mhm.
The good,
Mhm.
yes, is good. It's good to hear and you get, excited. But you actually don't grow from that, really. You only grow from the criticism. And I really now embrace criticism. It's the only way
Mhm.
you can go, above and beyond. So there's
Mhm.
no bad feedback. No.
No, no. Okay. What is the last thing you could say to anybody and out there? Maria, you were a stay-home mom for the longest time.
I'm still
With your yeah, yeah. Now I can't even say you're a stay-home mom. You're a businesswoman. You're inside your home, yes, but
a homepreneur, businesswoman.
yes, yes, yes. Even that, what can you say to people who are like you? How can you motivate them further? How can you encourage them? What do you have to say?
Okay, so if you're just someone who's chose to stay home, one thing I can say: find something. Just sit and think about yourself, like who you are. First, find things that really motivate you, things that get you going. Because the only way to succeed into anything is to do something you absolutely love. That's one thing I'll tell anyone, that don't do a business because somebody else is doing a business and they're doing well in that business. If you have no passion, if you have no interest in that particular area, it's not going to grow, because we only grow from passion. Our sacrifices, I mentioned about the sacrifices we make for our business, is because we can afford to work for free. So find that something, if you woke up and worked for free, you wouldn't care. Like, you just love doing it. So first and foremost, being home for me helped find who I am. Okay, it helped me discover myself. All right, and for me, that's one thing I can never take away from choosing to stay home and be a stay-home mom. I found myself, I found who I am. So no one now can come confuse me into anything. So many people will come pitch you businesses, and if you don't know who you were, you're going to fall for every little small thing, and that's not how it works. So first of all, find yourself, okay? Discover yourself. Take time to really search and know who you are, what you're interested in, what things keep you going, and then see how do you transform those things into a workable business. And even if you don't stay home, it could be somebody else who's planning to leave your 9 to 5 job. You want to stay home, take care of the family, take care of the kids, but also start something. Okay, just find something that really gets you going, and then see how you can make a business out of that. That's the first thing I'll say. Like, find something you absolutely love and go for it. And don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid to start. Start with the little you have, and just learn to be creative. I'm a very creative person. I'm always here thinking, like, I always, fill my time with, my brain is always running. Like, never let your brain settle. No, always think, I don't know, I'm always thinking. Even when I go to bed, like, I have my first, before I really wind down, I'm thinking, like, this thing, when I tackled it, was like this, how better can I do it? So always, like, have your mind think, and start from somewhere. I know you kind of find your way, because sometimes you never have all the answers. Okay, we only find answers in the situation. Like, let every situation you face give you the way forward. All right, because you can never go so planned out. You can never plan anything. All right. Go start, and then as the challenges come, you find the answers. At that very point is where you'll find the way to go over the hurdle. So that's what I can leave with anyone watching today. Like, do not be afraid, and do not be afraid to fail. That's the one thing. We do not start because we fear to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Actually, great things come out of failure. They don't come out of, just stumbling onto success, When you fail, you learn something, okay? And how do you even know you fail, all right? If you take the leap to start the salon because of other things people told us, would never have known that Afros and Mo would be as big as it is now, We didn't have any answers. We just kind of went in. Go in blindly, doesn't matter. The answers are going to come along the way, Yeah.
I agree. Thank you so much, Mrya. That's powerful. Feedback here, Batuweko Kachai. Like, give us some tea, some coffee as a client. Waits the plate because sometimes the line is long. Okay. Maggie, did you hear that, Maggie? You better bring a kettle.
Yogurt, but that's also.
Yeah, actually, I remember you used to provide some yogurt or some juice at the salon.
Yeah, we do provide, but I think Kachai should be coming soon.
Kachai, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Gloria. That's good feedback. I think the most important thing is how you make people feel. All I remember was I got hair done right, and that's it.
Thanks, Kunda. Thanks for that feedback.
Yes, yes. How you make people feel is how people will keep coming back to that place. If you're a business owner, that's huge. To
Yeah,
me, like that's one of the things. Like if
and
I go somewhere, even if the food is like amazing, but if I got crappy waitressing, I'm not coming back there. If I had to sit there for 2 hours and nobody came to me,
yeah,
even to say we're sorry, we have a big line. So these are some of the things, Maggie. I'm so grateful. I like you're an amazing young woman that you're actually doing these things. You're training people because you know what customer care means in businesses.
yeah,
And this is probably one of the things that differentiates you guys with other salons. Other salons might be cheaper, but guess what? They don't get that customer care that you guys are giving them. So kudos to you, girlfriend. Next time you come,
ourselves as a salon anymore. We just the way, because the way salons run things back home, you don't want to call yourself a salon, so
no, no.
for the natural hair way. So
I love it. I love it. I love it.
but thank you so
Afros,
much.
yeah, remains the best hair salon in Uganda. Kudos Balongo. Keep going, and we do appreciate your quality services. Thank
Amen.
you so much, Gloria. Kunda is loving it. Amen and amen. And thanks to you guys. Kudos, please. Maggie, I wish you had. Do you have good lighting where you are so I can send you the link and you join us? And at least you say bye so your twin can see you for like a second. Wait a minute. Before we end, what's the meaning behind Afros and Mo? Is it their names or something other motivation?
Before we end, what's the meaning behind Afros and Mo? Oh wow, Gloria.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Afros and Mo was how. Let me see how that came about. Okay, so definitely we're going to do a business of natural hair. So
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to name your business, or as front what it's about, so people are not getting confused. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so first of all, it was Afros. We're going to deal in natural hair, but we knew we are not only about hair. We had a vision that we shall grow beyond just hair, because hair should not define us. Okay, hair should not describe who we are. We are more than that. Actually, the more is just a shortcut of MORE. Afros and more. And I think now we are starting to step into our more. We have worked on the Afros, and now we are starting to step into our more. So people see us probably getting into other kind of things.
I was going to ask,
You know,
what is cooking? I see you doing those DIY things.
if we are just not Afros. No, we're more than that. So we are Afros and more. We more than just the Afros. So
You
who's
know, you guys, it's amazing how God creates people. So this is you just had what Maria said, and this is what Maggie, her twin sister, just said. It's literally the same.
all right? But let's read it.
She said, "Oh yes, we make the afros, but we want to define ourselves beyond just hair. We are mentors and inspirers of identity and give opportunity to young people, transforming them into corporates." Literally, that this is just like what you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how can people think exactly the same?
Actually, we bring about transformation, especially with our workers, turning the people who come to us with nothing and turning them to be into like corporate working people. Can you imagine that kind of education? That those people, when they leave us,
Mhm.
can pretty much go work in corporate places, because we train them to be corporates, even without the education of a corporate. Even without the education of the corporate, we make our workers turn into corporates in a way. Yeah, and they can go some
Mhm, mhm.
places really professionally.
This was quite enjoyable. I'm so proud to be proudly associated. Love you guys.
Thank you for watching.
You guys are amazing. So, closing, Maria and Maggie, what are your goals for 2022? What are other things that might be in the pipeline? The more part.
The
What
more
are you, looking to do? If you could share.
we're
Hmm.
really to widening our natural, sorry, not natural, our hair care line. We have a hair care line as Afros and Mo, Nature's Fusion. So definitely the plan now is to try to go bigger than we are now, you know, get into mechanizing. That's also another story of that other part of the business, the product line. The product
Hmm.
an extension of Afros and More, So currently we are trying to see that we mechanize it, but because that's also another story.
It
That's
is. It is. It is. Yeah.
I think now our focus more is to grow that business beyond Uganda because with product, you can have product in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Rwanda, in South Africa. So I think
Hmm.
that's where we are focused
Well,
to get that part of the business. But first and foremost is to mechanize because currently, as I say, you start small. Mostly you find that you're working mostly manually,
hmm.
but now you need to put structures where you can mechanize the process. So that's where our focus is now and growing Nature's Fusion product line, which has been really awesome. I know it has served Ugandans so well. So we need to also, show up for our Kenyan sisters, Tanzania, like our sisters around the globe or around Africa. And
Yeah.
happen if we kind of mechanize. But we shall be sharing that. But something is really happening right now. So
That's awesome. That's very awesome. Expanding beyond borders is what I'm looking at, is what I'm hearing. And that's amazing. And I can't wait to see you guys grow more and more. And get my community, you guys who are my followers on YouTube. I know the second, I think the thirdest people in Africa that watch my videos are from Kenya.
oh,
So Maria is coming. Afros and Mo is coming to Kenya. Um, I can't wait.
I can't wait too. I can't wait. The sky is not the limit in life,
Hmm.
Can't
Hmm.
loves ever. So we have to dream big.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's
Of course, dream big and pray big. So
it.
So, so thank you guys, Nature's Fusion, Afros and more. Let's see here, the next big brand. Good luck. Yes, like I use Nature's Fusion. Like even here, if you actually, before we go, if you do not live in Uganda and you'd like these products, like I always like. I use Maria's products. So every time, like she would ship them to you from Wisconsin. I don't know
Yeah.
if they can ship to Germany, if they can, but if you're within the United States, for sure, you guys can get those quality products.
I
They're
also
all natural.
I also make the products here and make sure that our customers continue to access them. So
Yes,
um,
yes. She's always mixing.
I'll put my WhatsApp number. I'll give you my WhatsApp number. Oh, Brenda, you have it.
I do, I do, I do, I do. Yes, I have your WhatsApp number. I'll put it in the description of this
Any
video, guys.
touch, yeah. That'll be
Yeah. Plus an email address that Maggie can access or anybody else. And you guys can send your questions, your feedback, your everything there, your bookings. Yes, please book. Please book for your parties, book for your hairs, appointments.
no cost. That's good.
Get your hair solutions. They have everything. This is
Yeah,
one thing that they've tried to do. You go to wash your hair, they wash your hair with their own products. They will recommend what you should use in that hair. So you just get hooked up onto the whole line of things that work for your hair. And then before you know it, they're going into skin
oh
because
yeah.
you.
Oh, I didn't mention. Yeah, we're starting our skincare. Actually, it's going, but it's still very small, and we're still working some things out with it.
Mhm.
Skincare is really going to be up and running, fully fledged, by the end of this year or by mid this year.
Okay, I'll be waiting for my product. You think you think I have to get old before I'm 50? So you're gonna send those products my way very soon.
You're doing well. Or you can't subscribe.
Yeah. Gloria, I really enjoyed this. I'm sharing this on my wall for my clients and followers to listen in.
Right.
Gloria, next time you go to Afros and Mo, you...
Brenda, can you just give me an opportunity to just, thank our customers?
Yes, please do. Please
Yeah,
do.
I can't live this life without saying thank you to all our customers. All people have believed in us. Like, thank you so much, guys. You have made Afros and More what it is. Without you, there's no Afros and More, We could have all our plans, we could do all the things we want to do, and if you don't have your customers, you have nothing. So I would say thank you so much, guys, for believing in us, for always coming back, and for always giving us that feedback that we need. It's because of you that we are here, and it's because of you that we shall continue to go beyond and above even our wildest dreams and expectations of who we are and what we can be. So thank you so much, our customers. Thank you for the faith you have in us. Oh my gosh, I've seen so much faith here. So thank you so much. And we promise we're a business that want to just run on integrity, on truth, and you can trust us. You can really trust us. And if anything goes wrong, please just know we are the people who want to make things right. We do not promise that things may not go wrong, because life happens, and mistakes are made by people, by human beings. And our workers will make mistakes too. But we're a business that would like to make things right. So never hesitate. You don't have to go to social media and report us on social media.
Name and the shame.
Please, don't go name and shame. I feel like it doesn't really do much good. Come to us. We listen and we care. We care. That's the most important thing. We care about your experience. So please feel free to always approach us, and our ears are open. And we are very, very open to hearing you out and making it worthwhile for you. If you go on name and shame, we might not really make your bad experience worthwhile for you. Yes, we shall change. We shall look at the name and shame, and we shall go and organize ourselves. But you as a person, you're not going to benefit from that. But if you come to us, we shall make it worthwhile for you. We shall bring you back in, and we shall make, some great stuff happen for you. So, yeah.
I guess we're guys. Okay, we are way past our time. So thank you again. Our people who watched us, who followed us since we started this live. Those who are sharing, thank you. I've seen people sharing this video already. So thank you. And Mrya, thank you for taking time. Maggie, thank you for taking your time. Everybody, thank you for taking your time. But mostly to our guest today. Thank you for sharing this great, inspiring information with us. We love it here on this channel. We love to empower. We love to educate. We love people who are, making moves and who are making things happen in general. We love hearing such stories, you sharing from how you started from scratch and how you're doing, how you're still standing. You share your challenges, you share your amazing highs as well, and your goals to inspire us as well. So thank you so much, Mrya, for today. Enjoy the rest of your snowy day.
Very cold. To it, Yeah, thank you. And thanks everyone who's been watching. Really, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys. We are going to end this. Please like, please share, please comment, leave us any feedback. After this live, we'll be putting all the information that Mrya and Maggie would like us to share in the description. So you guys can definitely reach out via email, via WhatsApp, via any numbers. And they promise to work on things that you guys think need to be fixed. And because they believe that's how businesses grow, that's how they'll be able to grow their business as well and keep that integrity going. Until then, guys, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.